Gone turkey hunting. Opening days, Georgia, 2025. William Hovey Smith.
This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman, and this is your Gone Turkey Hunting Report from Georgia for the 2025 season. The sharp-eyed among you will notice some changes from previous videos. First off, I'm wearing civilian clothing. Whoa. Secondly, at the corner of the table are 3 empty shell holes. Thirdly, my cleaning supplies are here. Yes, we did have adventures during this first 2 days of the season, which started on March the 27th. And I now have my Department of Natural Resources hunt report to fill out. County, Washington, okay. Hours hunted. Well, I got off late, as you will recall, from getting ready to go turkey hunting, my last video. And I did not get on stand until about 3 o'clock. And I hunted from 3 to about 6:30. 3.5 hours. Number of gobblers seen, 0. Number of hens seen, 0. Number of gobblers heard, 0. Number of gobblers killed, 0. Hunter or guide, hunter. As you'll see in the following video when I actually take you to the field, not much was happening. Whilst I was getting ready here in the house and preparing the last video and driving out there and during the set, I heard absolutely no shooting. This is opening day of season. Yeah, either there are no hunters in the woods or they're not doing much. Well, truth is, turkeys weren't doing much. They just weren't saying anything. But I had a strategy because I had found a place in the road where I had repeatedly seen tom turkey tracks going back and forth. He had returned to that same location several times. And he was a big tom, judging from the size of his tracks, that was obvious. So, in my fixing to get ready, I had put out turkey stakes to support the decoys, so they'd already be in the ground, and all I had to do was just put the decoys on top of them and retire back in the woods and hunt. Which I did on the 27th. And saw no turkeys. None. Okay. Well, I took that time and I improved the site and did a little bit of fine tuning and whatever. But when the sun started to come down, it comes down in a hurry here now this time of year. So when I got back, it was dark. So I got my guns in, got my calls in, got my vest back in the house so they could be here and stay dry for the next day. Because particularly with these wooden box calls, yeah, you want to do whatever you can to keep them as dry as possible. All right. And that brings us to 3/28, this very day. Well, it was my philosophy that, yes, in a fixing, I had pretty well expressed the opinion that, yeah, those toms walked that road somewhat late, starting at about 10 o'clock and then through about 2 o'clock. Somewhere in that interval is when I could expect to come. And so now that I had all my gear finally ready, we quickly took care of dogs, and we took care of the dogs, and we put the stuff in the golf cart, and we went down, offloaded at my site, parked the golf cart further back, walked back, and got ready. And I was there 9 o'clock-ish. So, we sat. Boom. Decoys were out there. Rain and thunderstorms are expected. They're expected to hit about 11 o'clock and go intermittently throughout the afternoon and perhaps be very violent. The system to the north of us is extremely violent, but down here we didn't get quite so much of it, but we got some. So we sat. Every once in a while I'd call. Nothing. Try an owl hoot. Woohoo! 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 Nothing. Tried a real raspy call. Nothing. Once I actually did hear a hen call, and I answered. And she didn't call back. Dog has come over to console me. Okay, so number of hens seen is 0. All right, well there I sat. At 10:59, here comes Tom Turkey. Woof! And he's got his fan out. He sees the decoys, and he's headed straight for them. I have my gun loaded. It's unsafe. Well, that proceeded to cause me some problems. The turkey was focused on the decoys, but when it got its head behind a tree, then I started trying to fiddle with the gun. I had gloves on. And this safety, as you will see in a second, is a button safety, and it's almost flush with the stock. I could not get this safety off. Ah! In the meantime, the Tom was in the ideal shooting zone. Absolutely clear between me and the turkey. That was when I wanted to take it. With the full choke. Right there. Yeah, right there. And I took the glove off, got the safety off, pulled the little cover back here down on the bottom off to close the rear trigger. Let me show you the safety. The difficulty I had getting it off. This is the safety here, and it's now on, and it has to be moved in this position. And with a gloved finger, I couldn't get enough purchase to move it. Even with an ungloved finger, it takes real pressure here on this knurling to move it and relocate it in a fire position. Then I had to fiddle around and make sure I fired the rear trigger, which would fire the full choke barrel. So this is what caused me to delay and also caused me the problem with the shot and missing that turkey. And then started looking for the turkey. I'd hoped he would battle that Jake decoy I had out there and stay for a while. They couldn't be bothered. He went off the road into some thicker stuff and turned around again. I should have waited, but I had the full choke barrel. I had the bead on him. He was a little further than I thought that I wanted, and I fired. Boom! Turkey turned and very quickly walked deeper into the thick stuff till I could no longer see. Did not fly. No feathers flew. What? Well, at that range, even if it was 50 yards, I should have put some hits in the turkey somewhere. So I looked very carefully to make sure I could not find any sign of cut feathers. I could not find the wad from the shell. I couldn't find any sign of blood. So far as I could tell, that turkey was completely unscathed. How? Working back toward my line of shot, I saw the culprit. There was a 1-inch sapling sticking up, and it had about a 1/4-inch limb sticking out, and it was freshly chipped. What happened was the shot charge was still at the range of a few yards beyond the gun muzzle, still in the shot cut. It hit and broke that limb, deflected, and then went off somewhere. No shot got anywhere near that turkey. There were no hits in the nearby trees, no sign of any cut feathers, no blood, no nothing. To the turkey, this was just an unusually loud clap of thunder, and he walked off and went about his business. Boy, well, I did not know all of that at the time, but that's what I learned ultimately. Well, you can imagine what I thought. So, what next? Well, the turkey had seen decoys now. So whatever I did, I was not going to employ him with decoys. So those will get pulled or pulled and will not go back there. So I went to where I had my climbing stand for deer hunting, which is overlooking a feeder. Legal for deer hunting in Georgia now, but not for turkey hunting. I can hunt the whole other end of that large field hundreds of yards away, but I can't hunt that feeder position. So I got that climbing stand, took it back to the road. By that time it was raining. Ran the stand on a tree, got it secured, cut the branches and stuff around it so I could get to the stand easily. So what my strategy is now is that turkey will continue to use that zone. I have no doubt about it. And so, next time I hunt there, I will climb up that tree, 10 yards closer to the road, and shoot unobstructedly down at the turkey. Not bother to call, not bother to have decoys. Just get up the tree. So this turkey now has a name. He is Road Warrior. And we will see if we can get him. But I'm blessed that I have enough property that I'll not hunt that for several days. We'll see if he sort of gets used to it and back in his routine again. I'll hunt another piece of the property far distant from that one and not even go down that way for a while. When I do return, 3, 4, 5 days hence, we still have Georgia turkey season going for days and days and days. Then we will climb our tree and we would get that turkey. So, let me show you some of the details of what actually happened. We'll fill out our card. Number gobblers seen, 1. Hours hunted, 3. Number gobblers heard, none. No gobblers gobbled at all. Numbers gobblers killed, 0. Hunter. So that was our first 2 days of Georgia turkey hunting. I don't think people were very successful attempting to call turkeys because they apparently are just not responding yet. And they aren't saying much. I wasn't out early enough to hear fly downs or gobbles from fly downs, if there were any. But there was another hunter on the property with me. I did not see him, but he was walking. And then he left before noon, probably go to church. And but he did hunt in the morning. And that is not the way to kill turkeys. I have done it occasionally. What I think he was trying to do was just see if he could spot a flock moving. Because usually this time of year, the hens are all in one big clump, and the toms are still all in one big clump, except for our road warrior, who is by himself and likes it.
Here at work, using AI to make your own job anytime, anywhere, at any age will be in my hands as a very nearly completed copy early next week. I'll go through it one final time, and then it'll ship off to the printer and should be available places like Amazon.com as well as Barnes & Nobles. Now, we are going to try to get it out early enough that you can place advance orders for it. For bulk orders on the inside of the book, you'll be able to order those directly from the publisher. I've also been asked about hunting in general and just getting started in various aspects of hunting. Well, the best book out there is still Backyard Deer Hunting, so far as beginning hunters are concerned. It takes you step by step, not only through deer hunting, but also talk about turkey hunting, as well as hunting other species of game, like small game. So that is your best book-length primer on hunting, and it's also available as an inexpensive e-book.
This is Hovey Smith, the Backyard Sportsman, and we are now at the jumping off place. This is where I'm going to set up. This is opening day, Georgia's turkey season. I've got all of this junk, and it is going over there, and there I am going to be for the rest of the day. We got off to a late start. I was hoping to be out here at 10 o'clock in the morning. Well, it's now more like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Well, first day, there was my nest, and we heard no turkeys and saw no turkeys, nor heard any shots. There are my decoys. They did good duty, but no turkeys walked down this road this day, or at least not while I was here.
Our second day of Georgia's turkey season was a technical success, but an operational failure. It was a technical success in that, as I predicted, at 10:59, here comes a big tom turkey down his road. Indeed. And I have my drilling here. Well, the problem was I was wearing gloves, and I could not get the safety off here fast enough to get the turkey at the optimum range. His attention was focused on the decoys, and he did not see. That would have been the ideal shot and the shot I'd planned for. By the time I had taken the glove off, found the safety, taken the safety off, and found the correct rear trigger to pull for the full choke barrel, he was in some bushes on the other side of the road, further than I had planned to shoot. Well, sorry guys, but I shot. And the turkey walked off, apparently uninjured. So, I may not hunt turkeys from this part of this field because of this feeder behind me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the stand and I'm going to put it up a pine tree over that road. And the next time he walks it, and he will see no decoys, and I will be able to get him. Despite a rain shower, I moved the stand 10 yards closer to the road and put it on a pine tree. And so now I will no longer use decoys on that road. We'll just sit and wait for him to come. Our next video will be when we actually get that turkey, or make another attempt at him, or progress with our Crockett rifle and go on other hunts. For now, this is Hovey Smith, reminding you to hunt what you eat and eat what you hunt. Be legal, be ethical, be safe. Goodbye, God bless, and see you next time.